Hey y'all, hey. In honor of my baby turning 6 months, I want to talk about my surprise gender and also my unmedicated birth story. I did it, y'all. And I'm gonna compare it to my first one, which was medicated. Okay, so a little backstory. With that experience, I was medicated. I was very uneducated. I kind of didn't need it. What I mean by that is I went as far as to 9 centimeters without any medication. You know what? I take that back. I went up to 8 centimeters and they had gave me some Demerol, which I never asked for. I was young at the time, and like I said, uneducated. I didn't know what Demerol is, so I guess it like takes off the edge or whatnot. Epidural. With them giving me the epidural, I also had to get Pitocin at 9.5 centimeters. Like, it was just a big mess. I was like itsy bitsy. I was like 120 in size, and then I went up to 180 in weight. With having my baby, he was 9 pounds and 12 ounces, which is crazy. I know, I always have big babies. I'm gonna tell you about how big this baby was. Oh my gosh, listen. So that experience for me, it was really, I couldn't really get the full experience because I was drugged. Like, I was tired, I was medicated, and then when my baby came out, he was so cute. He came out, we looked at each other, you know, we cried for a little bit, and then I like was asleep. Like, I was so medicated to the point where I was asleep, and I slept for a while being medicated. You know, I wasn't alert doing all the things, like, you know how you put your baby right on the boob, you know. It was just hard. And then also after birth, I didn't feel like, they pulled my placenta out, and it was a lot of blood coming out. And then after my postpartum healing, as far as my vagina goes, it hurt worse than this time did. And I wish I just would have known all the information that I did this time. I wish somebody would have told me. So I'm just gonna be here to explain my story and tell you guys what I did and what helped, and hopefully this helps y'all. I really wanted to have an unmedicated natural birth. I did not want no medicine. And I had pelvic girdle pain. It's where the bones down in your uterus area, like your kind of where your like vagina bones and your growing, where those bones are. It was painful to walk. I was just so sore. You know, I haven't had a baby in 10 years. I haven't been pregnant, you know, in 10 years. And carrying a healthy baby like I was, I had to do a lot of stretching, which ultimately helped. So anybody that experienced pelvic girdle pain, I advise you guys to do some stretches. There's a lot of videos on YouTube to help you guys on certain stretches to do. And I would literally do that every day because it was painful. And when I didn't stretch, like, I would be fine for like maybe a week, and then I'll have to get back into it because the way I didn't work out, and I was carrying a heavy load, and it was taking a toll. So I needed that those stretches to help, and they did. So pelvic girdle pain stretches, yoga type thing, whatever, those, you need those. So I'm gonna tell you about my labor. So I had been laboring honestly for like maybe I want to say a few days, but I didn't know. I wasn't in like labor, like active labor. It was like, I think 2 days before my water broke, I was having contractions literally from morning to 7 p.m. maybe, and I thought that I was in labor. So I went to sleep that night, or a couple nights after that. Oh, let's just talk about the day of my labor. So the day and the night, the day and the next day, because I was in labor for like maybe a day or two. So I had woke up, I was laboring. I was not laboring, because laboring is where you're in labor, and then you're waiting more to dilate and things and whatnot. So I was having contractions. I woke up early, I was cooking, but the contractions were different. Like, usually I can handle a contraction, usually it's just something I can like surpass. But these contractions, I was like like, doing a little heavy breathing, I could still walk and stuff, but it was like, okay, like, it's a little different. But I didn't notice that I was doing that until like the end of the day. Like, I was excited. I really, like I said, I didn't get to really experience my first labor in total because I had so much medicine and I didn't get to feel everything. So this was a new experience for me. So with this baby, like I said, in the morning I had contractions, and during the night, throughout the day I had contractions, and they weren't intense. They were manageable. By like 10, I want to say, I was on the phone, I was laying down, I was still having some contractions, but then I ended up falling asleep around like I want to say 12 maybe. I was on the phone with my friend. 12 I felt like, felt I felt a pop. Now I know when your water breaks, it's like a pop, because my first child, they had to break my water with like a popsicle stick, so I know how that feels. So at 12:12 my water broke, but I didn't think nothing of it. Honey, I went to sleep and I slept for like an hour, and then I don't know, something just kind of like woke me up and I felt water running down my leg. Like, when my water broke, nothing came out. I didn't think nothing of it, honey, please. And like I said, they broke my water with my first baby, so I didn't get to experience like, oh, my water broke. So with this baby I did. So I get up, I have water running down my leg, I have a little water running, on me in the bed. So I get up, I'm just like, oh, I just go to the bathroom and sit on the toilet, and then I just relax. And then my contractions started to get really intense. They weren't necessarily super duper close together, like 30 seconds, and I was getting contraction. No. Nico's joining us. Okay, so I was in the bathroom, I was on the toilet, I started having contractions, and they was a little bit intense. Like I said, they wasn't close together or whatnot. So I ended up calling my midwife that I had at the time. I'm like, well, should I labor at home or should I just go because my water broke? They say you should wait and labor at home because if you go there, and because once you admit in the hospital, you have a certain amount of hours to deliver the baby, or they want to push a cesarean on you. And I'm like, well, I don't want to do that. I'm not gonna do that, you know what I mean? So I just wanted to make sure, because like I said, I never experienced my water breaking before. First I just had contractions, and I was just like, okay, like, you know what I mean? So with my water breaking, it was new territory for me. So I called her, and she's just like, well, blah, blah, blah. So I'm just like, you know what, I'm just gonna, basically she said to go and get checked out because your water did break. But I'm just like thinking to myself, like, I'm gonna wait a little bit. So I called my sister. First of all, I called my sister, I called my best friend, I called my mom. Nobody was answering. I'm like, nobody, who is about to take me to this doctor? I'm like, I'm about to deliver this baby in the tub because ain't nobody answering, and I'm not driving myself. So I'm like, man, like, oh my gosh. And finally my sister answered. She's like, hello. And I'm just like, what you doing? You told her, like, my water's broken. My water's broke. She's like, yay! Blah, blah, blah. And then, I don't know what happened. And then she was just talking to me. And I was like, like, I was like, hold on, stop talking. I gotta stop talking because I'm having some intense contractions. Like, they hurting a little bit, well, just a little bit more than normally, like where they stop me in my tracks. Like, okay, hold on, push pause. Gotta push pause on the movie because I'll be back talking in a little bit. So yeah, so then I called my mom. My mom answered. I told her my water's broken. And then she wanted my sister to take me, but I'm just like, no, like, so she ended up taking me. We didn't get to the hospital till like 3:30. No, we left at like 3:30 and we got there at 4. So we get in there. I'm like, I don't want no medicine. I don't want no epidural. I don't want none of that. So with my contractions, I did breathing exercises. When I say I researched so many things on how to handle myself and it worked, I realized that that is literally all you need, is just the knowledge, to be knowledgeable. Because when you're unknowledge, when you don't know, when you lack the knowledge and things, especially like in labor, you're kind of scared and don't know, and then you can just let them do whatever you want, like, you know what I mean? And a lot of people don't have a birth plan. A lot of people don't know about a birth plan. A birth plan is how you want things to go, you know what I mean? Like, how, if you want an unmedicated birth, you can get an unmedicated birth, and you can put that in your plan because they can push that on you. Just how, like I said, I was uneducated being with my first child. They gave me medicine. I didn't ask for medicine, you know what I'm saying? So if you don't be like, no, they're just gonna give it to you, and you're just gonna be like, oh, okay, whatever, you know. And I can attest that going natural, it's not as bad. It's not bad. It is not bad. Like, the feeling of it is not bad at all. Like, the Ring of Fire, what is that? Like, some of the things, I just feel like it's a myth, you know. Some people might have hard labors because they don't know exactly what can make the what can make positions easier to have an easier labor, to have the baby come out easier than thou, you know. So back to the story. So they checked me. I was about 4 centimeters. Cool. So the lady checked me again because she was leaving at like 7. So she left and she was like, you're still 4. I'm like, okay. So the next nurse come in, she's like, hi. She introduced herself, and I love her. She was everything. Oh my gosh, she was everything. That first doctor I had, I didn't like her. And it wasn't my original midwife that I had, that I was seeing, you know, regularly for checkups for my baby. It wasn't her, and I was kind of glad about that, because I wasn't really feeling her. Anyway, I digress. So the new doctor, she came in at 8, and she checked me. She was like, you're 5 centimeters, so da 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 da. I'm like, okay. So at this time, I have been sitting up. I wasn't, you know, I was sitting up. I wasn't laying back, you know, because in research, it helps bring the baby down if you're sitting up. If you sitting up, you know, if you're walking around. I took a walk with my sister. It helps bring the baby down. Gravity brings the baby down. If you're just laying down, especially when you're like pushing, you know, those pelvic bones, there's a bone there, it can like make it smaller, so where the baby doesn't come out. That's why they have people normally laying down, because cesareans, they make a lot of money off cesareans, and vaginal births they really don't make money off of. So they're like, yeah, like, you know, people don't look at the hospital as a business, which it is. And for me, it's like, I'm not a business. I just want to have a healthy baby, a healthy delivery, and I'm gonna be as knowledgeable as possible, because the mortality rate for people of color like me is, a lot of them pass away, and I was not. No. And I wanted to be knowledgeable, because I didn't want to be drugged. Like, from that first experience, I did not want to be drugged, you know. And I really researched that. I keep emphasizing this because to me it's really important that it is just, and I was so proud of myself. Like you really want to be knowledgeable and educated about these things. So back to the story. Like I said, I took a walk. I was sitting up. I was sitting up, and my mom was like, lay down, you know, relax. And I'm just like, oh, I really don't want to, but you know, I will, because I'm still, you know, in the in-between. So there's these positions that can help you in your first what is it? There's like a first, second, and third, and the centimeters. So the first to the fourth is your first, and then I believe it's your 5th through your 7th, and then or 8, and then 9, and then 7, 8. No, 8, 9, 10, or something like that. There's 3 stages, okay? There's different positions that you can lay in that helps the baby come down faster and easier for you, so you don't have to get like any medicine to help progress and move along your labor. You know what I'm saying? So I lay down in that first position. My baby, it was like boop, baby drop, 10 centimeters. Baby was coming out. Like, I'm laying down on my side with my leg up, with one leg up, and I'm like, I had one bad contraction, and my body started reflex pushing. Reflex pushing is when your body does the pushing, and you're like, like you're not pushing, your body is pushing. Like, with you being a woman, with your body being a body, and you being a woman, our body knows how to deliver babies. Honestly, the doctors really just get in the way. You know what I'm saying? Because they want to intervene and give you medicine and do this and do that. We really don't need that. And keeping yourself calm, because if if you tense up with contractions and you like, this hurts so bad, like you just stressing yourself out, you're tense, you're like this, when it hurts, you literally have to breathe. You literally have to breathe. That's why breathing exercises is so pivotal. It's very vital that you learn how to breathe through your contractions instead of tripping because, and then you have to have the faith. Like literally, I was listening to some meditations, some meditations, affirmations on, just positive. You want to think positive as well when you're having a baby, when you're in labor, because especially if you don't have who's that going on with that?
Huh?
I don't know, but you really want to keep a positive mindset when you're delivering, and plus you want to be as calm as possible because you don't want to bring no stress on yourself and the baby. And it just helps relax your body and just literally ease the baby on out into the world. Yeah. And you want no stress. So as soon as my body started reflex pushing, everybody came in, they were okay or whatnot. So I sat back up, and I'm like, okay, because I felt my baby's head about to come out when I was laying down. Okay? My baby's head was right there. So what I did was I sat up. My doctor came in. She came in with some like balls to like sit on, because I told her I wanted to sit on them, and it'll help, like exercise balls, because I wanted a natural birth. And they did have a relaxed pool there, or a bathtub, but something with my vitals, they wanted to keep track of my vitals, and it was just like, whatever, my vitals are fine. Whatever. So, and they wanted to make sure his vitals was fine, which his vitals was fine, but they kept tracking mine or whatnot. But so I couldn't get in, so that was a bummer, but it was okay, because I'm in love with this birth story. Honestly, I'm sorry I keep like, it's probably like going from this story to that story, this story to that story. I hop, so you gotta catch up, you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up, baby. Ooh. Okay, anyway, so I sat up, I was relaxing, until my next contraction. At this point, I'm hot. We was hot. I was hot, honey. I was hot. She came in with the ball. When she came in with the ball, she was talking about the ball and how you want to sit on it and do this, da 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 da. Next thing you know, I'm like, reflex pushing again on my next contraction. They're like, you gotta lay down, you gotta lay down, da da da. I'm like, no. At this time, I was nervous. I was kind of had a little bit of fear at this point, because I didn't feel this with my first baby. So I'm like, what is going on? So my mom, I'm just like, oh, Mom. So she's like, okay, just calm down. I mean, not my mom. So I was tripping for a little bit, and then I had to take off what I had on. And my doctor, she told me that it's okay, come back to your breathing, because I was doing so well, honey, so well, so freaking well, right? So I was relaxing until my next contraction. So, honey, and when I was relaxing, I was sweating. I was hot. I was literally hot. So I took off my shirt, my bra, honey. I took off everything. I had my baby fully naked, okay? Completely naked. So she was like, on the next contraction, we want you to push. I didn't push. I did not push. I breathed my baby down. I'm telling you, it's important for you to know how to do breathing exercises. You need to know the stages of labor, and you don't necessarily have to push. You don't have to strain yourself. You don't have to hurt yourself, because if you rush to push before the baby is ready, because they will try to make you push. They will try to make you push in the hospitals when you're not supposed to, when the baby's not ready, and that's how you can tear. So I'm telling you, you guys need to do your research and get some information about it. But he was ready. He was right there. So I just breathed. I'm like, I did not push. And then next thing you know, his head was out, and then I relaxed. And she was like, okay. Because I was just chilling. I was literally waiting on my next contraction. And she was like, not at the head. I was waiting on my next contraction. But she was like, okay, take another breath. And we want you to push. I'm like, I was just breathing. I'm like, and then next thing you know, my baby was out. 2 pushes. Literally, no medication. My mom said the gender, because like I said, I did not know for 9 months what I was having, and I had a
C. Oh yes, see it. Oh yes, all the hair. Oh, good, Faith. Good. Push.
Yep.
Push.
You got it, girl. You got it.
Nice big breath in.
You got it,
Relax,
sis.
relax.
And there we go.
You got it.
Nice big breath in. Let's push those shoulders out, okay?
Wait a minute.
Oh. Yay. What is it?
A boy.
Yay. Oh, look at
Faith, you did so good.
You did amazing.
Oh, yay. Oh, the baby.
Oh my goodness.
Mom's good. I can't see.
Oh.
Oh, look at the baby.
You did amazing.
Yeah.
I had a boy. This is my little chunky monkey. This is my baby. Ain't that right, Papa? He just woke up from his nap. And yeah, I was honestly in love with everything about my labor. It was a very positive one. I was so happy with it. Like I said, I breathed him out. I hardly even pushed him out. Like, all that reflex pushing was pushing for me, so I didn't have to strain myself and do all that. And I tore like a half inch. It's because I feel like it's because of my doctor, and she was like trying to like help him get out, but I don't think I didn't need help. I did not need help, so I feel like that was the only reason why I tore a little bit naturally. Also, when you have tears and you doing it natural with no medicine, they heal faster, because you number one, you can feel it, and it just heals so much quicker when you can feel it, and you know your body knows where to go to expeditiously heal you. Expeditiously. Expeditiously.
What?
Y'all know what I'm saying. hurry, it means it hurried up. It hurried up to kill me. And that was, it was just so beautiful. And my afterbirth, I let all the blood go from the placenta to my baby. I did not have them cut it at all until it was fully like dead. And I didn't keep the placenta because I didn't do too much research on that, on how to take care of it, and I didn't want to do all that. But next time I will do my research on that and see what to do about that, because there's good properties in keeping your placenta and doing other stuff like that with it. But I'm not too knowledgeable on it, so I don't want to give too much information out on it. So I let them have it. As far, I had very light bleeding. That's another thing. Throughout my pregnancy, I did drink some herbal teas. I had pregnancy herbal teas that helped. And then I also drank raspberry leaf. It was other herbs inside of it. I got it through, it was like a pregnancy kit type thing from this doula. I recommend that. I recommend doing like herbal teas for pregnancy. Doing your research on that, because I believe that helped me too. And it will give you contractions. It will help give you contractions and things like that. But it helps ease with labor and ease any sort of pain, and it just helps. It just helps. And let's see. Bleeding was light. Bleeding was very, very light. And my healing, I can tell you, I heard it for about 2.5 weeks. Like, I didn't hurt that much, but I did hurt because, you know, I dropped a heavy load. Oh, and another thing, he was 9 pounds and 2 ounces when he was born. And now he's 6 months, and he has to be weighed again. But last time I weighed him 4 months, he was 20 pounds. So he might have gained like 4 pounds maybe. We'll see. We'll see. I really healed quickly. Like, I had a quick recovery, and I was up and walking. Like, the first walk, it was kind of like, okay, because I was like hungry and like dizzy, you know what I'm saying? But overall, walking around, honey, I was like normal. Like, I just didn't have a baby, you know what I mean? But that doesn't mean I got up and I was doing like chores and stuff when I got home and stuff. No, because I did have some pain, like standing for too long. When you drop a heavy load like that, and women think they can just get back to doing chores and stuff, and that's what I thought. You know, I thought I was gonna get back on the groove and just do my big one. No, you really have to sit down and take care of baby. He wants to be in the camera. So I wanted to like get back to me, you know, and I didn't realize that it literally takes time to heal, and it's okay for me to literally sit down and heal, because you don't want to do anything that will further like damage you. It's not like you're damaged, but you trying to heal your insides. Like, you're trying to have your insides close back up, not be adding on to the pain or adding on to the like basically stretch your uterus out, you know, because everything is like, you know, pushed down, like coming down, so you want it to close back up. So you want to keep a maximum 30 minutes of standing and, you know, doing this, doing that, you know what I'm saying? But after that 30 minutes, you want to stretch it out. Really, you don't want to be standing for long periods of time. And that's what I didn't do. That's what I didn't do. Like, I did for the first day, but I'm just like, yeah, this is not gonna work. Because, and you have to keep a positive mindset. Definitely keep a positive mindset after having a baby, because it's completely different. It's so different. Like, what's better? I literally didn't have, come here. I literally didn't have a baby for 10 years. So everything was quite brand new to me. You know, times have changed. My body is completely changed. So my body's completely changed. So I had to do my research. But overall, my experience, it was 1,000 out of 10. Honestly, I love birthing natural. I absolutely love birthing natural, and I'm so in love with my little one. He is just perfect. Like, I know all mommies say that, but he is just, he's just everything. I just love him so much, and I'm so honored and so thankful. And I literally cry because he's growing up, and it's just like, he's growing up so fast. It was like just yesterday, I literally just had him in a hospital. Like, I was just pregnant, you know. And I want to say, during the parts where you get discouraged, because you will kind of get discouraged, I just say, just keep telling yourself positive affirmations, literally positive affirmations, and know that you can do it. I did it. And research, because it's important to research, especially if you're going in and having the baby at the hospital. If you want to have the baby at the hospital, you want to do your research on hospitals, and just overall enjoy it, and enjoy your little baby, because he grows so fast. He's already 6 months and he's doing all these things. He's so advanced, and next thing you know, he'll be walking, and he won't be in my arms anymore all the time. Aww. Which, I mean, I love watching him grow, but it's just, my little baby's a bittersweet type of thing, because it's like, I want you to grow, I'm happy to see you grow, but it's like, it's sad to see you grow so big. And just, he's getting so independent, and I'm just honored. I'm just thankful that I can have kids and really love them, and just watching them grow is just, it's amazing. It's amazing. Aww. Motherhood is amazing. I'm so thankful. Say we're so thankful for each other. Thank you for coming to me. Thank you for coming to me. Thank you for coming to me. So, well, that's about it. Thanks for watching, guys. Say bye. Bye.